The Andy Reid coaching tree is one of the largest and most respected coaching trees in all of the modern NFL. Big Red's been in the league for forever, so rest assured those roots run both wide and deep. In fact, 11 prior staff members have been offered head coaching positions around the league, and with mixed success. So let's try to take a look. Let's try to figure out who's at the top of the Andy Reid coaching tree. I'm Dave from Grid Ironic. Let's get going. Number 11, David Culley. David Culley was the Philadelphia wide receivers coach and the Kansas City receiver coach for a combined 17 years from 1999 to 2016. After that, he did land his own head coaching job with the Texans in 2021. He was terrible, 4-13 record. Can't really blame him after the Deshaun Watson collapse. He watched his job go from trash to, treasure to trash pretty much overnight. But what are you going to do? Number 10, Brad Childress. Oh, I hated Brad Childress. He was the quarterback coach from 1999 to 2001. He was the offensive coordinator from 2002 to 2005. He did so well, he landed his own head coaching gig in Minnesota, 2006 to 2010. He was there during the Brett Favre years, so to me it always kind of felt like it was Brett's team and Brad was just along for the ride. He did have a good offensive mind. He wasn't necessarily the most motivational, inspiring person. But yeah, he did so bad he was fired in the 4th season, midway through. His total record was 39-35. Number 9, Steve Spagnola. Steve Spagnola was the secondary and linebackers coach for the Eagles from 2001 to 2006 during Andy Reid. He left to join the Giants, where he was a fantastic defensive coordinator. He had probably the pivotal moment of his career, which was shutting down the undefeated Patriots in Super Bowl 42. It wasn't Tom Coughlin's offense, it was Steve Spagnuolo's defense that got that victory for the Giants. He did so well, he landed his own head coaching job with the Rams for 3 years, where he accrued the 3rd worst head coaching record in history. 11-41. 4 of those games did come as interim Giants head coach in 2017. But yeah, that record. Number 8, Pat Shurmur. Pat Shurmur was the Philly tight end coach from 1999 to 2001. He was then the quarterback coach from 2002 to 2008. He landed head coaching jobs with both the Cleveland and the Giants, and in a fantastic turn of events, had the same terrible record for both teams at 9-23. Overall coaching record, 19-46. Number 7, Leslie Frazier. Leslie was the secondary coach before Steve Spagnuolo from 1999 to 2001. After that, he left. He had quick stints with the Bengals and Colts, and he was hired by Brad Childress in 2007 to be the Vikings defensive coordinator. Don't tell me friends don't play well in the NFL. 3 years later, he took over as the head coach, actually when Childress was fired part of the way through the season. He went on to have a 21-33-1 record with the Vikings. Since then, he has been the defensive coordinator for the Bills for the past 5 years. Number 6, Matt Nagy. Matt Nagy joined the Eagles late in the Reid term. He was a coaching assistant with them from 2008 to 2011, offensive coordinator 2011 and 2012. He left with Reid to go to the Chiefs, where he was quarterback coach from 2013 and 2015, and offensive coordinator for them from 2016 and 2017. After that, he got his own shot, where he was head coach of the Bears from 2018 to 2021. His first year was fantastic. He won Coach of the Year, 12-4 record, but it was pretty downhill after that. I definitely think he'll get the shot somewhere else someday, probably sooner than later. Number 5, Todd Bowles. Todd Bowles is the only person on this list who was a head coach before they worked with Andy Reid. He was a Dolphins interim head coach for 3 games, compiling a 2-1 record. He also spent the least amount of time with Andy Reid on this list, only 1 year, 2012. He was with the Eagles 7 games as their defensive backs coach, 9 games as their defensive coordinator. He left. He built that awesome Arizona defense that was there during the Kurt Warner run. In 2013 and 2014, he then got his own head coaching job with the Jets from 2015 to 2018, where he was pretty terrible. He was 24-40. They had no talent, and currently he is Tampa Bay's head coach, where he is 3-3 on the 2022 season. Number 4, Ron Rivera, Riverboat Ron. He was the linebackers coach 1999 to 2003. He left. He went to Chicago and San Diego for a couple years before becoming the Panthers head coach in 2011. He was the Panthers head coach from 2011 to 2019. He won Coach of the Year twice, 2013 and 2015. He appeared in Super Bowl 50, where he famously lost to Peyton Manning. Currently, he is the head coach of the Commanders. His total coaching record is 92, 86, and 1. Numbers 3, 2, and 1 were extremely tough for me. After much deliberation, I had to put Sean McDermott at number 3. In my opinion, he's the one who on this list will go on to have the best career. He was defensive, pretty much everything from 1999 to 2010. If there was a job to do on defense, he did it at some point, just soaking up all of that Jim Johnson glory. In my opinion, he is the true heir apparent to the Jim Johnson Blitz Factory. He spent 11 years with Andy and Jim. He then went to do 6 years as the Panthers defensive coordinator for Ron Rivera. I don't know if you notice a trend. And after that, he became Bills head coach in 2017. He draws up some absolutely nasty blitzes. You gotta love to watch him. He has a head coaching record of 24 and 33. Number 2, Doug Peterson. A lot of people forget Andy Reid, when he first went to the Eagles in 1999, one of his first moves was bringing in Doug Peterson to be a player. That was an awful move. Doug went 2-7 as a player with Andy in 1999, but in the long run, it ended up working out pretty great for the Eagles. He came back in 2009, doing various offensive duties under Reid. He left with Reid to be the Chiefs' offensive coordinator from 2013 to 2015. Came back to be the Eagles' head coach in 2016 and 2020 when they fired Chip Kelly and came running back to the Andy Reid format. He took them to the Super Bowl, won their first Super Bowl, was unceremoniously fired in 2020, the COVID year. I don't believe he should have been, but that's another story. Currently, he's the Jaguars head coach, combined record 44, 41, and 1. And number 1, you knew it was him, John Harbaugh. John Harbaugh was actually hired by Ray Rhodes in 1998. He was inherited by Reid in 1999. He was the Eagles special teams coach from 1998 to 2006 and the defensive backs coach from 2007. He soaked up a little bit of that Jim Johnson magic himself, where he went on to coach the Ravens since 2008, becoming one of the greatest coaches in NFL history and easily the greatest coach in Ravens history, drawing up some pretty nasty blitzes himself. His combined record is 140 and 91, and he's also the proud winner of Super Bowl 47. So yeah, after much deliberation, I had to put John Harbaugh at the top. And now we know. I'm Dave from Gridironic. Thank you for sticking around. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Have a fantastic day.